Shalom, Jake. Shalom. Now, you have this eclipse coming April 8th. They're saying stock up on food, fuel, and water ahead of eclipse. Now, what do they know that we don't know? And this is where Bible prophecy come in, understanding the scriptures, because this place is, like we said, this is Egypt and Babylon all wrapped into one. Okay? It say on April 8th, they will turn into night for a once-in-a-lifetime eclipse. Although it's still more than a month away, a word of caution is being issued now by Lorain County Emergency Management. Stock up on 3 days worth of food, fuel, and water. Okay? Now they're saying their infrastructure is not set up to handle. What are they talking about? The roads and everything is already there unless they got something planned. Okay? So let's go and let this play. Because like we said, this place is Egypt all over again. You're seeing the different plagues and pestilence, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Know who's using it or when. Introducing the all-new MyQ Smart Garage. Soon, day will turn into night for a once-in-a-lifetime moment happening in Northeast Ohio. Although the eclipse is still a ways away on April 8th, a word of caution is being issued now.
What we could have is crowds here that we're not used to, and we're not set up infrastructure-wise for that. So we don't have the roads for that.
Lorain County Emergency Management Director Dave Freeman says the area is a special destination for this eclipse.
Along the path of totality, that's where you're going to have the longest eclipse, right? So that's where you're going to see the entire thing from start to finish. And we're looking at right around 4 minutes or so for the totality.
Freeman is bracing for potential challenges with thousands of tourists expected to descend on the area.
A lot of the roads here are 2 lanes. You know, this is not Chicago, it's not Cleveland, where we have a bunch of 4-lane, 6-lane roads coming in and going out. So the traffic could be pretty extreme here if we get crowds.
Now, the odd thing about this is that, remember, it passed through Memphis, Tennessee. Allegedly, it passed over, I believe, 7 cities named Salem. Okay? And I'm going to have to look at what Area mean. Okay? Or what that word come from. Okay? I'm going to have to research that. But if you notice, there's been a lot of strange pestilence. Okay? And I'm going to show you. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. See? Remember, your spirit returned to the Most High. And they're constantly complaining for all the unrighteous deeds done in modern day Egypt and Babylon. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 9. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto them all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, because I didn't even know this. Something in my spirit told me to look into this, and I'm going to show you. So let's get into this. And brothers then did videos on it. But there's more plagues coming. And look at this. Oregon officials confirm case of human bubonic plague. Say it likely came from pet cat. You see that? But let me show you something else about it. Look at this. From National Geographic. Bubonic plague traced to ancient Egypt. The bubonic plague of Black Death may have originated in ancient Egypt, according to a new study. The bubonic plague of Black Death may have originated in ancient Egypt, according to a new study. This is the first time the plague's origins in Egypt have been backed up by archaeological evidence, said Eva Panatopoulos, who made the discovery. She's I'm not going to try to say her name, forgive me for that, Jake. Archaeologist and fossil insect expert at the University of Sheffield, England. You see, that's crazy. So they're saying that they believe the Black Plague came from Egypt, or the Black Death. See, plagues of Egypt all over again. Let's keep going. Paleovirology of monkeypox virus, Egyptian animal mummies should be in focus. Here's another one. And I'm going to show you why, because they recently just stumbled upon a new form of pox, okay, called Alaska pox. And all these poxes are similar. But look at what it says. We read with interest in recent correspondence published in the Lancet Microbe, which postulates the possible existence of it in ancient Egypt. Although the idea of the paper is valid and has been previously discussed, some points mentioned might be confused and some related important issues were not mentioned. You see that? So they saying they've been finding a lot of stuff in these ancient animals, these ancient cats in Egypt, and stuff like that, different diseases. Okay, them plagues all over again. And I'll leave these links in the description box. But see, we in Egypt all over again. Okay, this is that place all over again, Jake. If you can't see, you better pray so the Most High can open your eyes. Okay, let's keep going.
Elderly, immunocompromised man died while undergoing treatment in late January. He is one of only 7 reported Alaska pox infections, according to the Alaska Department of Public Health.
It's an orthopox virus, so it is similar to smallpox and mpox. It is believed to have been circulating in the small mammal population around Alaska and probably some other areas for quite a bit of time. This specific case, I think there were...
Look at that. Pus turning blue, red, different colors. I think they're saying squirrels may carry it too. Different animals, different rodents. Okay, and they transmit a lot of this to these different cats. All right, let's keep going.
There were a lot of conditions that came together. It sounds like this patient maybe had contact with an animal or a pet that had contact with mammals, with these small mammals. At this point in time, there has been no human-to-human spread, but obviously being a virus, and if you do have contact with bodily fluids or say some of these pox lesion fluids as a human, treating another human or maybe a family member, there certainly is that possibility.
Hello, it's Dr. Tiffany. I hope you're doing well. We'll file this one under creepy stuff that I never knew existed. Alaska pox?
Person got a weird spurt on him right here.
It's related to smallpox and monkeypox, and apparently they discovered it in 2015. And there have been 7 cases since it was discovered, but just recently, some guy who lived alone in the woods in Alaska on the Kenai Peninsula went in because he was having pain and lesions like on his underarm or something like that, and he wound up dying of respiratory failure from it. So that's the first fatality that's been ascribed to this disease. So it's basically 7 people have had it, 1 have died. He was immunocompromised. He had cancer and was undergoing treatment for that. I'm not sure you do that living alone in the woods in Alaska, but that's...
Yeah, I don't know about this person. Can't tell if this a Sam or Samantha. You know what I'm talking about? That's Skittles, right? So yeah, let's keep going, because like I said, both of these were in ancient Egypt, right? And that's new research that then came out. But let's keep going. Because you have these different plagues. The Most High, he's getting ready to flood planet Earth with plagues. And Babylon gonna get it the worst. Jeremiah 44 verse 13. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem, by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. 2/3 gonna get destroyed. Okay, heathens. Alright. All different type of plagues, pestilence. Alright. People offing each other. Alright. Migrants bringing in different plagues and pestilence. Jeremiah 21 verse 6. And I will smite the inhabitants of the city, both man and beast. They shall die of a great pestilence. Now Jeremiah was talking to badass Jakes, okay, during this time. But you can use this for now, right? Because badass Jake still live in America, right? In Babylon. Let's keep going. Here's another weird plague. And I did something on cats before. They was giving their owners exploding diarrhea. All right, and it was a weird diarrhea for like 2 months. And you know, cats used to be sacred back in Egypt. Okay, they were mummified. All right, the same way these people here treat their damn dogs. Except they were so sacred in Egypt that you can get the death penalty for killing a cat back in ancient Egypt, right? They ain't that crazy with it now, of course, but hey, they still practice heathen customs. But yeah, let's keep going. Look at this plague. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah spared it, though, but look, woman's grapefruit-sized liver cancer tumor was actually a giant parasite. And they gave her, they say, a rare type. The 36-year-old from Alberta, Canada, was diagnosed with a rare type of deadly liver cancer and was given no more than a few years to live. They said after undergoing surgery to remove the tumor, however, doctors were surprised to find out that what Armstrong had was not cancer at all, but a rare parasite. You see that? While still not ideal, this outcome is much preferable to her original diagnosis and has given her a renewed chance at life. You see? And trying to find out what kind it was. Okay. She had AE comes from a tapeworm called Echinosis multicularis, and you can become infected if you inadvertently swallow the worm's larvae. There are approximately 18,235 cases reported annually around the world. Eating that swine or whatever. The eggs are carried by a host, which is most commonly a fox. Wow. However, dogs are becoming increasingly common. The eggs, which are excreted in the feces of these animals, can be transferred to humans either through direct contact, petting a dog that has a small amount of fecal matter on its fur, or indirectly through the contamination of food or water. You see that? Although still rare in North America, this disease is among the world's most dangerous zoonosis, disease that can be transferred from animals to humans. They say the area of the U.S. where the tapeworm that caused the disease has been reported stretched from eastern Montana to central Ohio, and there have been rare cases found in Alaska and Minnesota. That's why you're not supposed to eat all this weird stuff. But as they say, you can get it just from animals, petting them. Okay, don't let your animals eat just anything. That is the one I really wanted y'all to see. Red brain eating amoeba turned woman's brain into mush while she was still alive. Call her lawyer, Albashim. Damn. Turned her whole head into a watermelon. Whereas there's just water in there. Golly. But the Most High ain't playing out here. And we thought he'd bring back these plagues like in Egypt before. Doctors came across something they never suspected. While carrying out brain surgery on a 69-year-old woman in the U.S., a slushy mess of dead brain tissue. Wow. As reported in the International Journal of Infectious Diseases, the story began when a Seattle-based woman visited the doctors with a nasty chronic sinus infection. She was advised to try and flush out her sinuses and nasal cavity using water. However, instead of using sterile water or boiled water, of course, because I rinse out my sinuses, but I use boiled water and let it cool down. She used tap water that had not run through a store-bought filter. Don't do none of that. Boil your water. Make sure it's sterile. Run it through a filter and then boil it. A year on, a woman started to develop some unusual symptoms such as a strange red rash around the outside of her nasal passage. After experiencing an intense seizure and an apparent loss of brain cognition, doctors started to investigate the possibility of the problem being in her brain. Her whole head became mush. Wow. That's crazy. So it say when I operated on this lady, a section of her brain about the size of a golf ball was bloody mush. Ooh. Dr. Charles Cobbs, a neuroscientist at Swedish Medical Center in Seattle, told the Seattle Times. So see, these are the times we're living in with different plagues are coming back. The Most High is creating new plagues. It said it turned out her brain was riddled with a brain-eating amoeba called Balathemus maldilaria. There was just amoeba all over the place just eating brain cells. Ooh. So it was still alive in her head, feasting on her brain matter. Boy, I tell you, Yahweh Shimi Hawashah is nothing to play with. We didn't have any clue what was going on, but when we got the actual tissue, we could see it was the amoeba, Cobb said. Wow. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Jake, it was like the Most High mushed. You know, you mush somebody in their face. Hey, it is what it is, man. This is why we tell you to stay prayed up. So I'm going to get a scripture and leave it there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that because these different Egyptian plagues are coming back. And I'll leave them to articles about them ancient plagues from Egypt, going back to them different poxes. And the bubonic plague, they're now saying that they originated in Egypt. You see that? So yeah, Jake, stay prayed up. We'll get a scripture. Ezekiel 7 verse 15, the sword is without and a pestilence and a famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. And hey, we know a lot of that is going to get carried out here, okay? World War III is at the door, okay? I mean, it's just a lot of things going on, okay? Let me get another scripture. And these are two of my favorite scriptures. All right. Now these was placed on us, but they're coming off of us now. They're going into these heathens. Deuteronomy 28 verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. See, all this is getting ready to pass on to the heathen. You're starting to see it happen. Okay, the curses, all that starting to cling to them. Deuteronomy 28 verse 61. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And you seeing people out here being destroyed. Okay, he had a lady whole head leaking with brain mush and blood falling all out of her head, and she was still alive while her brain was being turned to mush, eaten away. See, that's the terror of the Lord. Okay. And now you see these plagues, these new discoveries are saying a lot of these plagues originated in Egypt. So I'll see you again real soon, Jake. Stay prayed up. Call Allah, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.